Mike. And about a year ago, I fell in love with an old, crazy, haircutted white guy who's from Brooklyn but was repping for Vermont. His name is Senator Bernard Sanders, and we've all been on a journey with him. If you've been pro-burning, let me hear you make some noise. If you feel the burn, let me hear you make some noise. If they need to hear us outside of this room, let me hear you make some noise. Now, I was at Coachella early this year. We did a big show, and the thing that made me happiest about that show is when Senator Sanders popped up on the screen, all the young people in that crowd went crazy. And I'm here to tell you today, when your stupid family members call you and try to give you sympathy and say, "Oh, poor Bernie," tell them to shut up. Because this is the deal. A revolution does not end with a presidential campaign. We have been dramatically transformed. We have higher expectations, and good enough is no longer good enough. Whether we're black, gay or lesbian, Muslim, a woman, an indigenous person, a member of the nurses pack, we all have a common oppressor. We all have a common enemy. It is money and politics. It is corporations before human beings. And today, if you want this revolution to continue, make some noise. If you would like for it to continue, to make some noise. This piece of paper requires your information. This piece of paper makes sure that the work that you have been doing for the last year is not in vain. Sign this piece of paper. Go back home, vote in your local elections. If you're from Georgia, I better see you voting Tuesday. If you're from Georgia, I better see you voting. This political revolution is not for now, it is forever. I love each and every one of you all. If you're feeling the burn, say Bernie, 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 Bernie. Absolutely. I love you guys, and remember, look around you. Look at the different races, look at the different ages, look at the different sections, and know this, this is what the Democratic Party should look like. This is what the Democratic Party should vote like. This is what the Democratic Party is. Make some damn noise. If you're going to go home and vote, make some noise. If you're going to make sure this revolution does not die, make some noise. If the other side better adopt some of our platform really quickly, make some noise. I love you all, and I'm finna go sit out here and sit with you guys and take pictures and make sure our guy comes in right. Love you guys. Bernie, Bernie, Bernie.
If you still feel the burn. Just take a second, you all, and just soak it in. We have Ms. Rosario Dawson coming up. Guys, I gotta tell you, on one side of my family, I descend from 7 soldiers in the Revolution. And on the other, from 2 black statesmen during Reconstruction. My grandma is 100 years old and is the granddaughter of runaway slaves, and she's excited about the power of Bernie's revolution. As a nation, what makes us great is that we make and remake ourselves every century. That there are great movements, yes, and great social movements, but ultimately there are great political movements that chart our course away from hate and towards love. That chart our course away from greed and towards what all our children need. outside of here who say that our power is waning. But I can tell you that when you grow up in a family of revolutionaries, what you know is that moments like this are just the beginning. Hold your head high. Know that the Democratic Party has the most progressive platform in its history because of you. Know that superdelegates are on their way out and democracy is on its way in because of you. And know that we will win great progressive victories from coast to coast in states and localities across this country this fall and every fall thereafter because of you. I think you want to hear a bit more from Ms. Dawson.
Y'all want to hear from Bernie. Just like I do. I love you. I have to say, I love all of you so much. You know, victory has many different ways of showing themselves. And when I am talking to a delegate here who tells me that the most natives out of any that are brought onto a delegation is here with Bernie Sanders. That's victorious. When you're talking about the platform being the most progressive in history, that's victory, right? Like, he's got 1,900 plus, delegates. We're here. We're just supposed to fall in line and go with what the party wants. And we went, no. We went, no, right? Because it's not about Bernie. And we've been saying that the whole time, but I don't think they believed it because so many other people are running because of ego. And that's not what this is about. That's not what Not Me, Us is about. It's us showing up and making sure that we're represented, no matter which party, no matter which platform, because the people need to win in November, no matter who wins, right? So I just want to say thank you so much for standing up for me and for you and you and you. For people whose names you will never know, for communities and neighbors and neighborhoods that you will never even visit. And you have made it possible for their children to have access to education. You're making it possible with the Fight for 15 to make sure that people have a minimum wage that's necessary, and hopefully that we can attach to inflation, right? Like, we're trying to make these issues to the best that they can be so that we can help each other, not just that we can just boast and be like, yeah, we won. Man, it's not about that. I'm seeing this pettiness that's going on outside. I don't understand. We really need, and the issues that are getting traction on, if you notice, are the ones that have the most organization behind them. Because please do understand, especially in regards to someone like Hillary Clinton, who I have said before and I stand by, is not a leader, she is a follower. And so she follows public opinion on things. So if we stay strong on universal health care, if we stay strong on the Fight for 15, if we stay strong on all of these things, which is what this paper represents, our revolution is dependent on your time, your energy, your blood, sweat, and tears, your sweat equity, your persistence, your commitment, your dynamism, you and us making we together. That's what this is. is making sure that not only do we not get a nice platform put together, because that's just a piece of paper, right? But what stands behind that piece of paper is if we keep pushing so that it's not just getting votes in the primary and pandering, it's not just getting a non-for-flight kind of convention. It's about making sure that this is the platform that goes into November and beyond. And if it doesn't, if the promises of 100 days aren't there, then civil disobedience will follow. Because we are serious about these issues. And I just want to be really clear, just in case, because I mentioned Hillary Clinton, I'm talking about Bernie. Is this like an issue about Bernie? No. This would be true if Bernie were the nominee, because he'd need us to help him to get these issues across. This would be true, this will be true if Hillary becomes the nominee, because we're going to need to hold her accountable to the promises that are being made right now and make sure that we push them even further, because I can't keep being thanked for pulling her more to the left if she doesn't stick to it. This is vehemently true if Trump becomes president, right? Because he's the one who's saying no to the TPP deal. And we're saying the same thing, and if the Democratic platform doesn't accept it and then Trump becomes president because of it, that's not our fault or lack of trying. That's right! So stay the course. Our current DNC chair, after Deborah Wasserman Schultz had to step down, and then Donna Brazil had to step down, who was also implicated in the DNC leaks. And now Fudge is there, he's coming in now. Fudge came in, she said he should have given up before 30 states had even voted. So we don't have someone in the platform right now in the chair who's with us. So we have to stick together, because all along this way we've been told we can't get any traction, and look at how far we've come. Because we didn't listen. And now we have to listen to Bernie and see how we can take this revolution to the next level. Know that I am with all of you, and we are taking this all the way to November and beyond. Go team, this is our revolution. Don't stop the fierceness. Keep bringing that love.
Thank you. So guess who's about to come in? So whose revolution is this? Whose revolution is it? Who's ready to stand up and fight back? We are! What do we do when we're under attack? Okay, so everybody has signed these. It may be boring compared to Rosario and Killer Mike and Ben, but the way we have kept this going is by volunteers and leaders and standing up, bringing people into our houses. The main thing we want to take out of here this week is that we are united. We are not giving up. We will work on every level, not just to elect people, but to change our nation. Bernie Sanders has been doing that his entire life. Yes! Yes, he has! I grew up right near here in North Philadelphia. My great-grandmother owned a house, and she said, "I'll watch your feet, not your mouth." People say anything in election season, but it's about what they do. It's about how they walk, not just how they talk. And Bernie Sanders has been walking with us, and 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 he will continue to walk with us, to walk with us, to fight with us, to stand with us. Welcome our leader, our fighter, our amazing candidate for President of the United States, Bernie Sanders.
begin by thanking all of you for being here today and for the incredible support you have provided our campaign and the political revolution over the last year. You have heard me say a million times that this campaign is not just about electing a president, as important as that is. It is building a movement to transform this country. Election days come and go, but the fight for social, economic, racial, and environmental justice continues. The support we have received from every state in this country has been extraordinary, and the grassroots activism is unprecedented in modern American history. Make no mistake about it, we have made history.
We're still with you, Bernie!
As all of you will recall, when we began this campaign over a year ago, we were considered to be fringe players by the establishment and the corporate media. Well, a year has come and gone. We're not fringe players anymore. We have shown the entire world that our ideas are not some crazy, wild, utopian fantasies. They are ideas supported by working people from one end of this country to the other. We showed that the American people want a bold, progressive agenda that takes on the billionaire class, that fights for racial, social, economic, and environmental justice, and that will create a government that represents all Americans and not just a handful of wealthy campaign contributors. We won 13 million votes across this country, and more importantly, in virtually every state that we competed, we won by a considerable margin, the young people of this country. We won the votes from young people who are white, who are black, who are Latino, who are Asian American, who are Native American. Young people, by definition, are the future of America. We have set the agenda for the future of America. We won 23 Democratic primary and caucus contests. We won over 1,800 pledged delegates. Welcome to Philadelphia. is true. We did not get many super delegates. We won 46% of the pledged delegates. Our campaign put together hundreds of thousands of volunteers across the country, people who were out knocking on doors, making phone calls, making the contacts that a progressive movement has to make. And we showed in a way that will change politics in our country forever, that you can run a competitive national campaign without begging billionaires for campaign contributions. All of us are proud that we are the only campaign not to have a super PAC. In an unprecedented way, we received 8 million individual campaign contributions, averaging $27. We focused on issues the establishment has pushed under the rug for too long. Our people participated in writing the platform in meetings held in St. Louis a few weeks ago and in Orlando last week, and I want to thank them for their great work. Despite the fact that our people were a minority on the platform writing committee, we came out of that committee with, by far, the most progressive platform ever written in the history of the Democratic Party. Just the other day, the Democratic Rules Committee met, and once again, we won a major victory in transforming the Democratic Party. In the next presidential election, instead of having 715 superdelegates, there will be 250. A 60% decline. There will also be commissions working to end closed primaries and bring about other needed reforms. As I think all of you know, Debbie Wasserman Schultz resigned yesterday. Opens up the possibility of new leadership at the top of the Democratic Party that will stand with working people. And that will open the doors of the party to those people who want real change. In addition, as a result of our political successes in a number of states, there are now at least 5 chairs of state Democratic parties who were elected as part of the political revolution. This is some of what we have accomplished. The question now is, where do we go from here? How do we build on our successes? How do we continue the political revolution? Number one, in my view, and this is not easy stuff given the nature of corporate media in America, but number one, we have got to be strong and consistent in making it clear that what we want to achieve is nothing less than the transformation of American society. That means ending the 40-year decline of the American middle class and creating an economy that works for all of us, not just the 1%. That means ending the immoral and grotesque level of income and wealth inequality in this country today. It is wrong, it is not sustainable when the top 1/10 of 1% owns as much wealth as the bottom 90%. We will change that. In the midst of massive income and wealth inequality, yes, the wealthy and large corporations will start paying their fair share of taxes. When millions of our brothers and sisters here in Philadelphia and Vermont and all over this country are working for starvation wages, yes, we will raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Whether it is Flint, Michigan, or hundreds of other communities around this country, we will rebuild our crumbling infrastructure and create millions of decent paying jobs. Yes, we will end our disastrous trade policies, including the TPP. Today, we are going to do everything we can to make sure that TPP does not come to the floor of Congress during the lame duck session. We will proudly continue the fight for a single-payer Medicare for all health care system. Is a right for all people. We understand what Donald Trump does not understand. Climate change is real, and it is already doing devastating harm to this planet. Yes, we are going to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. Yes, we are going to reform a broken criminal justice system. We want our young people in decent jobs or in school, not rotting in jail cells. And yes, we are going to achieve comprehensive immigration reform and a path towards citizenship. Those are some of the ideas that we must continue to fight for every single day. Secondly, immediately, right now, we have got to defeat Donald Trump. And we have got to elect Hillary Clinton and Trump is a bully and a demagogue. Trump has made bigotry and hatred the cornerstone of his campaign. Throughout this campaign, he has insulted Mexicans and Latinos. He has insulted Muslims. He has insulted women and African Americans. Trump does not respect the Constitution of the United States or civil liberties. That is not just my opinion. That is what many conservative Republicans believe. Trump is a danger for the future of our country and must be defeated. I intend to do everything I can to see that he is defeated. Further, it seems to me that if we are going to turn this country around and defeat right-wing extremism, we need to build a movement that is prepared to fight at every level of government, from the school board to the city councils to county commissioners to the United States Senate. My hope is that our revolution will be supporting at least 100 candidates all across this country. By the way, as all of you know, real politics is not necessarily sexy. Knocking on doors, talking to people, handing out leaflets, sending out emails. But that is what we need to do. campaign, for me personally, has obviously been an extraordinary and unbelievable experience. And what has made it so extraordinary is that coming from a small state, I have had the opportunity to visit 46 states throughout this country, and many of you personally. And what I want to say, and I want everybody to appreciate this, there are extraordinarily wonderful and beautiful people all over this country. I have met people in every state, young people, working people, old people, people from every race and every religion, who have hope in their eyes and are prepared to come together to transform our country.
Don't give up!
This campaign has been a fantastic beginning, and from today onward, we continue the fight. Thank you all very much.